Now on Tacky TV, our first ever episode of Opinion from our news anchor, me. Why am I doing this in the toilet? Someone could have hidden my shirt. What's up with wardrobe? Where's wardrobe when you need them? And this tie looks crap as well. Oh well, there he goes. Just something when we're on. What? Oh. Hello, and welcome to Opinion, a new show on Tacky TV, where we discuss, or rather I tell you, the opinions that matter regarding things that are important. So, today is politics. In a week's time from now, we will have voted in a general election in the United Kingdom for a new or the same government, and of course many people are undecided as to whom to vote for. A few things you need to know. Number one, all politicians lie. Or at least bend the truth. All of them, every single one of them. None of them give a straight answer when asked a question. None of them actually would tell you the bad stuff that's going to happen. They all bend the truth. I just did that, I can't believe it. Anyway, two things we need to get out of the way is parties that are not really relevant. UKIP. Put something on there, yeah. Okay, UKIP. They brought us basically out of Europe. Their manifesto years ago was to have a referendum and decide whether or not Britain wants to remain or stay in Europe. And they decided, or rather we decided, that we would leave Europe, which we are now doing. So UKIP, don't need them, gone. So, brings us to the two parties that are completely bewildered. The SNP and the Lib Dems. It's not easy doing this when there's nothing to point at. Both of them don't understand democracy. For a start, both of them have had referendums where the results haven't gone the way they wanted. Therefore, both of them have said repeatedly that they want another referendum. What happens if that other referendum doesn't go the way they want? Will they want another referendum, and then another referendum, and another referendum? Who knows? It is bonkers. However, SNP, again, are they a spent force? They've had their 5 minutes of glory. Is it over now? Who knows? One thing I do know is we don't need to worry about them. Lib Dems, however, I'll point out, there's nothing there. Put the graphic up, at least live, jeez. Anyway, yeah, Lib Dems. Not only do they believe that we should have another referendum because they didn't like the results of the last referendum, they also believe that we should legalise cannabis, which is to kind of get a lot of people on board regarding that. And I can see where they're coming from in the fact that they're saying that obviously drugs are an underground thing. They cause people to go out and commit crime, shoplifting and muggings and worse. I get that. But I really think legalising anything is going to help. However, the leader, he's a bit of a weirdo. No offence. He may not be a weirdo, but he's very anti-homosexuality. He's very religious. And he's a nut job. Anyway, I'm going. Just let me know when we're back on. You're supposed to split me up. So, yeah, where were we up to? Lib Dems. Lib Dems. It's difficult to find a point of why they exist. They've never been in government since World War II, or after World War II. They're completely messed up with the coalition. They say they're the only party that can form a strong opposition against the Tories. But they jumped in bed with the Tories recently and agreed to everything the Tories said, pretty much. So, yeah, Lib Dems, get rid of them. I know you haven't got the animation to do that, but just make it disappear. Has it gone? Okay, thanks. Labour. Jeremy Corbyn, he's a charmer, isn't he? Oh, aye, he's a charmer, all right. Oh, aye. Doesn't know his figures, but he's a charmer. Can't organise his party. he's a charm. He's a nice guy, though. He's a nice guy. Oh, he's lovely. I like him. But no one else does in the Labour Party. It's weird. He's like, for us, he's like the Donald Trump. He's like the opposite of a normal politician. He's been in government. He's not been in government. He's been an MP for many, many decades. And in that time, he's pretty much opposed everything the Labour Party have stood for. He's voted against them. He's not agreed to denounce the IRA when they were bombing and killing civilians in Ireland, in Northern Ireland and in the UK. He's also said that he would not press the button if we were at war. Therefore, any nuclear deterrent we've got is completely irrelevant. He also is anti-war, doesn't want to upset many people. But he's a nice guy, isn't he? He's lovely. I really like him. He's really nice. You'd like to have a pint with him, wouldn't you? Be like, don't pub going, hey, I tell you what, you're all right, you are. You're all right. You can't organise in a brewery, but you're all right. You're all right. You're a nice guy. But you're not a leader. And that's the problem. He's not a leader. He's someone who can say the right thing. He's someone who can talk the talk. And he's not afraid of standing on a soapbox, but he's not a leader. And we need a leader. We desperately need a strong leader at this moment in time. And sadly, maybe if it was 5 years from now, Jeremy Corbyn might be that kind of leader, but we need someone who has got kahunas to stand up to Europe. And unfortunately, I don't think he's got it. That's apart from the fact that he's Labour, and Labour nearly bankrupted the whole country last time they were in power with Tony Blair. Yes, I know it's a new regime. Yes, I know Tony Blair's not in politics anymore. Yes, I know everyone else around him has also left politics, but it's still the same party. And they've still got the money tree. The money tree being a tree that sprouts money. That's the only way they can pay for everything they're going to pay for. If you think you're going to lose something and you've not got a cat and hell's chance of winning, you can say whatever you want. You can say, oh, we'll give billions to the NHS. We'll give billions to education. We'll let all the students all over the world come here and only the foreign ones have to pay. Everyone else gets it for free. We'll put billions into the police. We'll put billions into the army. We'll put billions into this, that and the other. We'll make industry bigger by putting billions into it. We're going to buy back the water, the railways, the power stations. We're going to buy it all back. Yeah. Problem is, that's going to cost a lot of money. And we don't have it. The only way we can have it is to borrow money off the big banks from around the world, put us into more debt, pay more interest, and end up years down the line absolutely skint. That's ignoring anything that goes on with Brexit. So, yeah, it's brilliant. You can say what you want when you don't think you're going to win. But then all of a sudden, if you do win, what we're going to do? Well, I hope they've got a backup plan, because money trees don't exist. Even Diane Abbott. I mean, Diane Abbott is the Shadow Home Secretary, and she said on a radio interview a while ago that she was going to get 10,000 police, and it was going to cost around about, I don't know, tens of thousands of pounds. And then she said hundreds of thousands of pounds, and then she waffled a bit, and well, she never got the figure right until later on. It's quite important that people know where the money's coming from and how much things are going to cost. And unfortunately, the Labour Party are in such disarray. Every other party, apart from Labour, are saying that they're in disarray. It's not just the Conservatives. Every other party is saying that Labour are in disarray. So we can't have a party that can't even organise itself running the country at a time when we've got Brexit going on. It's so important for the whole country, in fact for Europe, that we get Brexit right. And I don't think Jeremy Corbyn and his cronies are going to get it right. That leaves Theresa May. You know Theresa May. She's a Conservative. It says it there in big letters. Theresa May, Conservative. She's the one who doesn't like, how can we say, publicity. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're a leader, you've got to lead from the front. You've got to be there. You've got to do the right thing. She says she's for everyone, but it seems to be the poor people who are suffering. This tax, what they called it, the pension tax. What I've read of it, and I've read the manifestos, as you know, if you've seen the videos, the manifestos, that basically is punishing richer people rather than poor people. Most poor people, they live in council houses. or small houses which are not worth 100,000 or not much more than 100,000, but you're guaranteed to get 100,000 left to pass on to your family. So again, I don't quite understand how that is a really bad thing if it's affecting the rich more than the poor. Yeah, the Conservatives have got a bit of history of other things, but again, like I've said before, they are a different party now. You know, Maggie Thatcher is long gone. Theresa May, I don't think she wants to be Maggie Thatcher, because Maggie Thatcher was a different beast, and trust me, I never met her, but I do remember seeing her on TV a lot. There are some similarities, I agree, but I think Theresa May's heart is in the right place, and I think she has got the ability to lead the country through Brexit and to give the country a good start. So having the election now gives her 5 years to get everything organised, so 2 years for the Brexit negotiations, 3 years to settle everything down, and then we'll have another general election. Maybe then we'll vote for a different party. But I personally would only vote, the only party I would vote for in 2017, as you can see there, 2017, is the Conservative Party. I know, it's shocking. To be fair, I did vote Labour in the local mayoral in Greater Manchester. I voted Labour for that because I didn't want, well, A, I like Andy Burnham, and B, I didn't want Conservatives all the way through everywhere because, you know, Conservative governments say, oh, well, you know, Conservative mayor, you can only have so much money, and the Conservative mayor goes, oh, okay then. Whereas a Labour mayor will say, no, I want more money, or I want it spent here, or I want it spent there, or I want HS2, or whatever. You've got to have that friction between the two, and Andy Burnham is the guy to do that, and I'm pleased he got in. Same in Liverpool as well. Labour mayor got in there as well, and that's what we should have. We should have different parties in different levels of government, and I have no issue at all with Labour being a lower part of government, but I'm concerned that Labour won't even be able to form an opposition. When in the last, well, since Jeremy Corbyn has been in power, when have they actually opposed the government? When have they stood up and said something? Now, I know what you're thinking. This guy's a Tory. No, I've voted for various different parties in the past. I have voted for Labour. I've even voted for UKIP, voted for Conservatives. I've never voted for Lib Dems, let's be honest, I'm not daft. But I did vote for the Greens once as well, although that was more of a protest vote than anything else. So politics is a personal thing. This is my opinion. That's why this show is called Tacky TV Opinion. And it is up to you who you vote for, but it's really important that you do vote. Also, as well, I want this video to cause people to have a chat about it. So you've got the comments boxes down there. So comment, please, keep it clean, have a nice discussion, don't be rude to each other, don't badmouth each other, keep the language civil. But let's have a chat. Let's discuss politics for once, rather than having it discussed at us. Let's chat about it. You may disagree completely with everything I say. That's fine. Vote Labour. Or even vote Lib Dems. Don't vote Lib Dems. Vote for who you want. Not Lib Dems. But vote for who you want. We want this election to be the right result for Britain. And the right result for Britain, for me, would be the Conservatives getting in with a majority. Yes, I know they're not perfect, but it's the lesser of two evils. They're organised, they know what they're doing. And I can't say that about Labour. Like I say, Jeremy Corbyn, nice man. But yeah, I wouldn't want him anywhere near the negotiations with, you know, was he said, no deal with Europe is a bad deal. No deal from Europe is a no deal. It's not a bad deal, it's not a good deal, it's no deal. A no deal, something that doesn't exist, is not good or bad. You can't have a no deal for Britain that's a bad deal, or a no deal for Britain that's a good deal. But we need a deal. And hopefully, Theresa May and her team are the right ones to get it. And like I said, unfortunately, I don't think Labour at the moment are the right team. You just look back 12 months ago from what the MPs were saying to the press about Labour. It's just in disarray, and we need strong... Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. You've typed it up, haven't you? You put it somewhere on the screen, haven't you? It's my opinion, not yours. Anyway, like I said before, discuss if you want. I will get back to silly videos soon. Tacky TV's normal scheduling will start soon. So thanks for watching. and hopefully it might have inspired you to put a cross in a box in a week's time. If so, then thank you, definitely. And whoever you vote for, make sure it's because it's the right thing that you think for our country. Added H's. Don't drop H's. We're not common here at Tacky TV. We're actually very professional, and we add H's, we don't drop them. Anyway, that's all from our first episode of a Tacky TV Opinion. Our next opinion will be on something else. Probably the result of the election, to be fair. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you again. Bye-bye.